A few minutes left. We've got a question from the audience, and maybe what we can do is I'll ask this question, and when you come up and answer it, go ahead and take a few seconds and give your closing remarks as well. So I don't think we'll have enough time to do the question and come back for closing remarks. So kind of roll it into one. In comparison, how do you feel about small business versus corporate chain businesses? Question one. Second part to the question. In what ways would you help small businesses thrive when they're surrounded by corporate chain businesses? I'll repeat that again. In what ways would you help small businesses thrive when they're surrounded by corporate chain businesses? Okay, and so let's go ahead and start with Ms. Turner.
Sure.
How do I feel about the different businesses? I believe in the market, and I believe that everyone should have an equal opportunity, and I don't feel like there should be a special interest or special favors or one above another or favorites. So I just feel like everyone should have an equal opportunity. That's what our entire country is based on. As far as small business being near corporate businesses, I just want our small businesses to thrive. I've been a part of a small business. I understand what that looks like. I know what the challenges are. And whatever we can do, they're going to be the ones that are going to know. If they need better signage, I want to give them better signage. If they need better, whatever it is that they're looking for, whatever way we can help, we want to help. We want to be there to assist. We want to be there to make the process easy. We want to streamline any approvals. We want to make this, the system that they go through simplified and not a lot of fees and no special taxes and whatever we can do to make it the best opportunity for small businesses to thrive. I am on it. I care about it. And that's actually one of the main reasons I'm running, is to advocate for businesses, because I've been there and I've had that experience of needing to make that payment and paying your employees and having one more rule and waiting for the council to be kind and allow you the ability to run your business. And I love seeing that Queen Creek is doing that, and that's what I want to do as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shirley. Do you guys need me to repeat the question? You got it? I'll repeat it one more time. In comparison, how do you feel about small business versus corporate chain businesses? Secondly, in what ways would you help small businesses thrive when they're surrounded by corporate chain businesses? And Councilmember Wheatley.
Thank you. Again, we talked a lot about striking the right balance. And with that, I personally love to see the small businesses. I feel like that's really the heart of the community. I find it remarkable when I travel out of town and I'm with a friend or a relative and, hey, let's go to an Applebee's. Let's go to Chili's. I'm like, really? There's like authentic Italian food in the heart of Chicago. Let's go there. We need the small businesses. They are the heart of the community. With that, there's a lot of residents that like the larger corporate chains as well. It's remarkable what amount of attention and publicity these chains get when they come in. And so those are important to have. It's good to have those. Our smaller businesses also receive the economic benefit of the rollover. Again, like we've talked about, bringing in additional business, any business for Queen Creek is good. And it is going to help all the businesses, whether it's small, big, corporate, or not. But I believe we do need to help specifically with our small businesses. And like I've mentioned before, there are things we can do specifically for small businesses when they are at a disadvantage. Streamlining the permitting process, doing things to help them be successful so that they can thrive together with the corporate chain and with our small businesses. So it's that striking that delicate balance. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chesler.
There's always going to be chains, and they're going to come. What we need to worry about is how we can help small business. Small businesses produce what? Like 85% of all of the jobs? But it's the big businesses that bring in the tax. And they will come whether we want them to or not. I'm not sure that answers anyone's question, but they're going to come. In my closing remarks, all I want you to do is look at my resume, compare it with the other resumes, and vote for the person that you think has the best resume. Dare to compare.
Thank you, Mr. Leslie. Mr. Robinson.
Between small businesses and corporations, larger businesses, chains, both of them are necessary. Like I said before, my wife is a small business owner, and I believe both are necessary for the community. I do feel there are some opportunities for the small businesses and even the corporations to have a better ability to make a profit here in town, and one of them is the signage, which had been mentioned before, visibility and signage for businesses. They need to be known where they are and that they're available. The signage is something that definitely needs to be improved, and we need to become more competitive with our surrounding communities. Also, as part of that, we need to bring more customers. My wife's always asking for more customers, and how can we get more customers in through the door? That seems to be a real plus, and when special sales and signage and advertisements make a big difference, and that's something that's really critical for a lot of retail type businesses. And then the service type businesses, that they need to be known. It'd be nice in some of the areas where we have large banners, Ellsworth and Rittenhouse, where maybe some small businesses would be allowed some areas where they could actually advertise their business as well. Maybe share the wealth a little bit, as opposed to just the big giant banners been going for one specific business. I think we have an opportunity to help each other out with small and large. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson. Councilmember Gad.
You know, balance was said several times. To me, what Queen Creek needs and what our residents want is a combination of big businesses coming to town, as well as small businesses remaining, growing, starting up here as well. And I think that that balance can be achieved. I don't think they're mutually exclusive from each other. You know, we're super excited about Harkins Theaters coming next spring. At one time, Harkins was a small business, a single theater startup, and now it's a big business. So is it good? Is it bad? I believe all business is good. And we want to encourage growth in both aspects. Our residents want chain restaurants. They do. They tell us that all the time. But you know what? Queen Creek can also feature some really unique special places like Rudy's and like some other places that we have in the town center area especially. Okay? I think that what is most important is that we be mutually supportive, and the town council has some ability to enable that. Some of the bigger businesses that do come to town, because they're bigger, they've achieved that critical mass, they have money. They can bring 7 to 10 lawyers with them to get through the permitting process. A small business cannot afford that. We are presently undergoing a massive code modernization effort right now to completely overhaul, streamline, to make it graphical and easy to understand for new, smaller businesses that want to start up in Queen Creek. That will be in place before the end of this year. You can also have a council who is open to business, who meets with business owners, who represents their interests when it comes to talking with our town staff or other potential developers. So I think that we can embrace both. To close, I want to just say thank you to everybody that's up here. A great respect for everyone. This is tough to get up in front of anyone and run for office. Everyone has merit, and I just want to acknowledge that. It's going to be a tough choice this election for voters, okay? But I believe voters should look at the resume and to determine who has the experience, who has been serving on council, who has been serving before coming to council on various committees and commissions, who understands the issues of Queen Creek, who has helped change and turn the direction of the council into a more pro-growth, pro-business type of an environment. I am that candidate, and I would appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gadd and Vice Mayor Oliphant.
Thank Thank you. Well, we talked about a balance, and like I said before, we need the bigger businesses to help our smaller businesses. Again, Harkins is going to draw an enormous amount of people to come in. We need to capture that for our small businesses and have that overflow come into those small businesses. And how can we do that? Well, just me as a resident, I feel that it's my responsibility to help those small businesses thrive too. I want small businesses to do well, so I need to make sure that I'm going to the Rachel's Bake Shops, that I'm going to the Rudy's Restaurant, that I'm shopping at Scrubs and more. Just as a resident here in the community, I feel that's my responsibility to do that. And I need to like those Facebook pages, and I need to repost the sales that they have at their place of business so my friends can see what I'm doing. I've been a member of the chamber for the last several years. I think it's our responsibility as chamber members to help each other and to help our small businesses grow. And I think we do a really good job at that. Whether you have a big business or a small business, we're always recommending and we're helping each other. The town has programs that are set up for small businesses. You can become part of the Shop Queen Creek program. That's free advertising, so if you're a small business, you can get linked up with the town. That's one resource that they have. We have wonderful marketing staff in our town that are more than welcome to sit down and talk with small businesses and maybe give them a different angle on how they can advertise or how they can capture a sale or something maybe that they have going on. If we have a big community event going on, maybe they can work with Rudy's Restaurant on passing out some coupons so we can get people over to Rudy's. There's just lots of ways that small businesses can capture and take on that that availability when we do have large residents that come to our community for some of our bigger events. So again, it's my responsibility as your current council member to spread the word, but as a resident, as a business owner, as a chamber member, I think we all have that responsibility to help those folks out as well. And just in my closing remarks, I've been on council for the last 4 years. I joined council not because I wanted to change anything, because I thought Queen Creek was a great place. And boy, it was great 4 years ago, and it is fantastic now. This council has worked with the community and the staff to really make great decisions and bring in businesses, balance that with our residential, come up with some new ideas to help this community grow. And that's really what I'm running on. You can look back at what I've done over the past 4 years. You get what you get. This is who I am. I don't have any beef or anything that I want to change. I just want to continue with that smart growth that we have kind of set that in motion now, and I would just like to continue that on. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Oliphant. And I want to take just a second and individually thank each of the candidates here today. It takes a lot to step forward and throw yourself in the public eye, be put up to the scrutiny and the different questions. And it's a true service to be in public service. And so thank you for being here today and participating. Just a message to everybody that's here. You now have a duty to do to go out and talk to your friends and neighbors and tell them about the candidates. You've got to hear from each of the candidates today and hear from them individually on the things that they stand for, the things that they believe, and their vision for Queen Creek. And you need to go out and again talk to your family and friends and tell them what the candidates are about and share the message. And also, just as a reminder, we did videotape this today, so you can find the recording on the chamber website and forward that to any and all your friends that would like to see this for themselves. And again, I thank you for being here, and I'd like to turn the last few minutes over to Connie. Thank you.